Today I would like to invite you to listen to the Dhammapada of the Buddha Shakyamuni, the 111th verse from the Buddhist scriptures on the YouTube channel Thien Thai in the USA. Though one should live 100 years, immoral and uncontrolled, yet better, indeed, is a single day's life of one who is moral and meditative. This verse shines like a clear bell in the early morning. It does not praise long life. It does not fear death. It does not measure years by numbers or breath by length. It looks directly into the heart of living and asks one gentle question. How do we live this very day? 100 years without virtue passes like a dream forgotten at dawn. One day lived in morality and mindfulness becomes a bridge to liberation. The Buddha speaks not to condemn life, but to awaken it. He invites us to see that time alone has no power. Only awareness gives meaning. Only discipline gives direction. Only meditation gives depth. This verse is not spoken to monks alone. It is spoken to farmers in the field, to mothers holding children, to workers carrying fatigue, to elders facing impermanence. It reminds all beings that the value of life is not found in its duration, but in its purity. The Dhamma here is like clean water. Simple, clear. Life becomes precious not because it is long, but because it is awake. A person may walk upon the earth for many decades, yet if the mind is driven by greed, bound by anger, and clouded by ignorance, those years pass without fragrance. Such a life is like a field left uncultivated. Seasons come and go. Rain falls, sunlight shines, yet no harvest appears. The Buddha teaches that morality is the fence that protects the heart. Without it, the mind wanders freely into suffering. Uncontrolled living follows habits, impulses, and cravings like a leaf carried by wind. One day lived with restraint, with mindful breathing, with awareness of body and thought, plants seeds deeper than a century of careless living. In the Dhammapada story connected to this verse, the Buddha spoke of a monk who lived long yet never trained his mind, and another who practiced sincerely for a short time and touched clarity. The Buddha did not praise age. He praised awakening. From this teaching we learn that even a single sunrise becomes sacred when the heart is restrained and the mind is settled. Meditation is not escape. It is returning home. Morality is not burden. It is freedom from regret. When precepts are held gently, the heart rests naturally. When the breath is known clearly, the present moment opens like a lotus. This verse teaches that one mindful day transforms the direction of countless lifetimes. The Buddha's words flow like compassion. He does not urge fear of death, nor attachment to life. He teaches the middle way of wakefulness. 100 years filled with distraction does not bring peace. A single day of right living brings light. When the body moves with kindness, speech with truth, and mind with clarity, suffering loosens its grip. This teaching dissolves the illusion that we must wait for old age to practice. Enlightenment does not belong to tomorrow. It belongs to this breath. In ancient times, disciples heard this verse and laid down their pride in longevity. They understood that each moment is a gate. Each thought is a seed. Each action is a path. The Buddha reminds us that morality guards the senses, meditation steadies the mind, and wisdom naturally arises. Even if death comes at nightfall, a day lived in Dhamma is complete. Such a life leaves no bitterness, no fear, no regret. The heart that has tasted mindfulness does not cling to years. It rests in truth. This verse is therefore a lamp for all beings. It tells us gently that living rightly now outweighs endless wandering without awareness. To live one day with a pure heart is to touch the timeless. The Buddha teaches that morality is the ground upon which meditation stands, and meditation is the river that carries the heart toward wisdom. Without morality, the mind trembles. Without meditation, the heart scatters. Thus one day lived with careful conduct and collected awareness becomes a complete path. The verse points to the truth that time itself does not purify. Only practice purifies. A person may wake each morning and sleep each night for many years, yet never truly arrive in the present. Such a life moves in circles of habit. The Buddha saw this clearly and spoke with compassion. He revealed that uncontrolled living means being ruled by desire, driven by aversion, and blinded by delusion. These three poisons consume the value of long years. Morality is the gentle hand that guides behavior away from harm. Meditation is the quiet strength that turns the mind inward to see clearly. When these two walk together, even a short life becomes vast. In the ancient story connected to this verse, disciples witnessed how a practitioner who earnestly observed precepts and cultivated mindfulness gained serenity swiftly, while another who relied on time alone remained restless. The Buddha used this teaching to awaken urgency, not fear. He invited beings to recognize that each moment is an opportunity to live wisely. To live morally is to live in harmony with oneself and others. It is not harsh restraint, but loving care. When one refrains from harming, from false speech, from intoxication of body and mind, the heart becomes light. This light allows meditation to deepen. Naturally, meditation then reveals impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and non-self without struggle. One day lived in this way carries the fragrance of liberation. It is said that when the Buddha spoke this verse, many understood that a distracted life, no matter how long, cannot escape sorrow. But a mindful life, even brief, aligns with the Dhamma. Such alignment brings peace that does not depend on circumstances. The teaching gently dissolves the illusion that later is safer than now. Later is uncertain. Now is alive. Therefore the wise do not postpone virtue. They plant seeds in the present. The Buddha's words remind us that awakening does not require long years, only sincere effort. A single day of true practice becomes a turning point across lifetimes. Meditation is described as returning again and again to what is real. The breath flows. The body sits. Thoughts arise and fade. Awareness remains. In such simplicity, the heart learns to rest. Uncontrolled living pulls the mind outward endlessly. Controlled living gathers the mind inward gently. This gathering is not forceful. It is patient. It is kind. The Buddha praised this patience. He showed that moral discipline protects meditation like a wall protects a garden. Within that garden, wisdom blooms quietly. The verse does not deny the value of longevity. It clarifies its limit. Without Dhamma, time multiplies confusion. With Dhamma, even a single day multiplies clarity. Thus the Buddha teaches economy of life. He teaches depth over length. He teaches presence over duration. When the heart understands this, fear of death softens. Life is no longer measured by years, but by awareness. The story associated with this verse reveals that the Buddha often addressed complacency. Some believed that youth or health or long life guaranteed spiritual progress. The Buddha corrected this gently. He showed that diligence, not time, ripens the mind. A careless day adds weight to suffering. A mindful day releases burden. This truth is universal. It applies to householders and renunciants alike. The Buddha's compassion shines here. He does not close the gate to anyone. He opens it wide and says, "Enter now. Walk carefully. Breathe clearly. Act kindly. Speak truthfully. Sit quietly." This is the path contained in a single day. When one day is lived this way, the heart tastes freedom. That taste becomes faith. Faith becomes effort. Effort becomes steadiness. Steadiness becomes insight. Thus one day becomes the seed of awakening. The verse speaks softly, but firmly. It does not flatter long life. It honors right life. 100 years without restraint is compared to a shadow passing across the earth. A single day with mindfulness is compared to dawn, breaking after long night. The Buddha's voice carries neither judgment nor praise. It carries clarity. He invites us to look honestly at how we live. Are our days scattered or gathered? Are our actions careless or careful? Are our minds restless or settled? In asking these questions, the Buddha offers liberation. The Dhamma does not demand perfection. It invites sincerity. Even one day of sincere practice aligns us with truth. Even one day lived in morality and meditation touches the timeless. This is the heart of the teaching. This is the gentle urgency the Buddha offers to all beings. The Buddha continues to illuminate the meaning of living with awareness by pointing to the inner quality of a single day. When morality and meditation guide the hours, the heart is no longer dragged by regret nor chased by desire. Such a day stands complete in itself. It does not wait for tomorrow to justify its worth. It does not cling to yesterday for comfort. It abides fully in the present. The Buddha's compassion is revealed in this teaching, for he knows that beings often delay goodness, thinking there will be more time later. Yet later is uncertain. Only this breath is sure. Thus the verse encourages wise urgency, not haste, not anxiety, but a calm determination to live rightly now. One day lived in this way becomes a mirror showing the true nature of life. It reveals impermanence without sorrow. It reveals emptiness without fear. It reveals peace without clinging. Uncontrolled living is described not as freedom, but as bondage. When the mind follows impulses blindly, it becomes tired. When the heart reacts without reflection, it becomes wounded. The Buddha saw that many beings confuse indulgence with happiness. He gently corrects this misunderstanding. He shows that restraint brings ease. Morality reduces inner conflict. Meditation softens mental agitation. Together they create space for wisdom to arise. In the ancient accounts related to this verse, disciples realized that even long years of ritual without mindfulness could not compare to a short time of genuine contemplation. The Buddha's teaching here is direct and kind. He does not ask for withdrawal from life. He asks for presence within life, eating with awareness, speaking with care, walking with attention, sitting with stillness. Such simple acts, when infused with mindfulness, transform the quality of existence. The Buddha teaches that when morality is stable, the heart does not fear itself. When meditation is steady, the mind does not fear silence. Fear dissolves not through avoidance, but through understanding. A single day of disciplined practice allows the heart to see clearly how suffering arises and how it fades. This seeing is wisdom. It does not require long explanations. It unfolds naturally. The verse reminds us that wisdom does not belong to age. It belongs to attentiveness. A child who practices mindfulness may see more clearly than an elder who lives carelessly. Thus, the Buddha frees beings from comparison. He frees them from pride and despair alike. He shows that the path is always open. Each day stands at the gate of liberation. The story tradition associated with this verse speaks of those who assumed that merely wearing robes or counting years in practice assured progress. The Buddha gently dissolved this illusion. He taught that sincerity matters more than appearance. Effort matters more than duration. The heart that turns toward the Dhamma wholeheartedly, even for a short time, aligns with truth. Such alignment brings peace that cannot be shaken by impermanence. This peace does not depend on circumstances. It arises from understanding. A day lived in understanding leaves a deep imprint on consciousness. It becomes a refuge in times of difficulty. It becomes a lamp in darkness. The Buddha's words also guide us to reflect on death without fear. When one day is lived fully in morality and meditation, death loses its sting. There is no unfinished business. There is no regret. Life has been honored. This does not mean perfection. It means sincerity. It means turning the heart toward what is wholesome. The Buddha does not ask us to conquer the world. He asks us to understand the mind. When the mind is understood, suffering weakens. When suffering weakens, compassion grows. Thus, a single day of right living benefits not only oneself, but all beings encountered. The verse therefore carries a profound teaching. It teaches quality over quantity, depth over duration, presence over habit. The Buddha speaks these words to awaken gratitude for the present moment. This moment holds the entire path. Morality guides the body and speech. Meditation steadies the mind. Wisdom arises naturally. In this way, one day becomes complete. It contains the essence of the Dhamma. Those who understand this teaching no longer chase time. They cultivate awareness. They live gently. They walk the path with humility and care. Thus, the Buddha's teaching on the value of a single mindful day continues to echo across generations, guiding beings toward peace and awakening. The Buddha's teaching gently returns us to the essence of living. Life is not measured by how long the body endures, but by how deeply the heart awakens. When morality guides action, the body becomes peaceful. When meditation steadies the mind, the heart becomes clear. When wisdom arises, suffering loosens its hold. The verse teaches that each day is a complete field of practice. There is no need to wait for special conditions. Ordinary moments become sacred when lived with awareness. The Buddha's compassion is vast, for he knows that beings are often burdened by the past and anxious about the future. He therefore points directly to the present. This breath, this step, this thought, a single day lived in. The Dhamma becomes a refuge beyond time. The teaching of the 111th verse dissolves the illusion that more time guarantees understanding. Without mindfulness, time accumulates confusion. With mindfulness, even a brief moment opens insight. The Buddha does not reject longevity. He frees us from dependence on it. He shows that liberation is available now. When morality is practiced, remorse fades. When meditation is cultivated, restlessness settles. When understanding grows, compassion flows naturally. Such a life radiates peace without effort. Others feel safe in its presence. The world is softened by it. Thus, one day of true practice carries immeasurable benefit. In the Dhammapada tradition, This verse has always been a reminder to practice sincerely. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. It speaks equally to beginners and elders on the path. It humbles pride and lifts despair. It tells us that awakening does not belong to a chosen few, nor to those with many years. It belongs to those who turn their hearts toward the Dhamma with honesty. The Buddha's voice here is calm and unwavering. He invites beings to see clearly the cause of suffering and the path to peace. He assures us that even a single day aligned with truth reshapes the direction of countless lives. When one day is lived with care, the night brings rest without regret. When death eventually arrives, it meets a heart that has tasted peace. Such a heart does not cling. It does not fear. It understands impermanence and rests within it. This is the gift of living rightly. This is the quiet power of morality and meditation. The Buddha offers this teaching not as a command, but as a lamp. Those who walk by its light discover that life, even when brief, can be complete. May these words remind all beings of the preciousness of this moment. May they encourage gentle effort and steady practice. May they awaken gratitude for the path and confidence in the Dhamma. The Buddha's teaching remains timeless, flowing like a clear stream through generations, inviting each heart to drink deeply. One mindful day, one sincere step, one clear breath. In this way, the path unfolds naturally, leading from suffering toward peace, from confusion toward wisdom, from bondage toward liberation. Thank you for watching my video. Namalamat Ba. I wish to bring this merit towards all disciples and sentient beings, all of whom will attain Buddhahood. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate your time.